Right. So, ready to go?
Yeah.
Right. So, if you don't feel comfortable raising your hand for this question, you don't need to, but just think on this for a second. How many of you in here made a pretty big mistake this past month? Something bad on a test, maybe. Forgot something pretty important, something like that. All right. How about the past week? Here. Today, even. Yeah, a few of us, you know? I was in a pretty big mistake on Friday. I was in a car accident. Don't freak out. No one was hurt, thankfully. I was changing lanes. I looked in the mirror. I didn't look back behind me. Honk, bam. Back of my car hits the front of hers. We both pull over to the side of the road. Yeah, I was freaking out. It was my first accident. I was a little worried about that. And I've made a lot of mistakes in my life. Some bigger than that. A lot smaller. But I can choose to not let those mistakes define who I am. And I believe that all of us have that choice, because I believe that no matter who you are, no matter what you've done, what you will do, where you came from, where you're going, we all make mistakes. We're all human, and we can all find some common ground because of that. I think all of us in here can choose to help one another get past our mistakes. We can all choose to lift one another up. And I think that's the way that it's been for thousands of generations now. So my belief is founded on two universal truths, I believe. And the first is that humans are social creatures by design, by evolution, by our nature, by whatever you want to believe there. Because since the dawn of man, of people, we formed tribes, we formed families, we lived in civilizations. Our brains are hardwired to work together in groups and in teams. The greatest feats of human achievement have come when people have begun to work together towards a common goal. Whether they believe in the same ideology, whether they all have the same religion, or whether they're bound by just their culture or something else even, then they all are united, working together towards one thing. That's where humanity does its best. Besides that, there's positive mental, even physical correlations to being with other people and having relationships. Isolation can cause drowsiness. It can cause reduced immune function. It's been linked to poor cardiovascular health even. And with that established, the first truth that we're all social creatures. We're all meant to exist in groups together. The second, we all make mistakes. We're all people. And whether you believe in human nature or an original sin or just random chance and human error that's present in everything, it's undeniable that we all make mistakes sometime or another. But like I said before, we don't need to let them define us. Growth mindset is incredibly important. Failure is the greatest teacher that there is. Excuse me. When we make mistakes, we all have the capability to learn from them. We do not need to let our mistakes define us, like I said before. Again, you take those two truths, that we all make mistakes, and we're all social creatures, we're meant to be together. And that leads into my third point, that we can learn from our mistakes together. To kind of give an example, the prison system, especially in the United States, it exists for three reasons in particular. Safety, to keep offenders away from other people. It exists for punishment, and it exists for correction and rehabilitation. And there's some places that prioritize that a lot more than the US, honestly. But it still is an important aspect of it. Even like some horrible offenders of the law are put there so that we can try and shape them to be better people. Another example, it can take as few as 3 repeated actions to make something into a habit. Less even if it's something addictive, drugs, alcohol. Like, I've been told, and I can't verify this, but I've been told that one drink can make someone an alcoholic. It's partially genetic even. You can be predisposed to it. And I believe we can all help each other break bad habits. Good habits are good. We can form those together, but bad habits are difficult to break. Like, I'm sure all of us can attest to that in some way. I know I can, certainly. We don't need to shun each other for these. We can lift each other up. We can help each other break these bad habits. Back to my example from the beginning. I was in this car accident just Friday, which honestly, blessing in disguise, this is a perfect speech material. But I pull over. I'm a little shaky from this. This is like, I've been in a few, there's been a few accidents. I've never hit another car though. That was a first for me. Yeah. I got out, I went to the glove box, I grabbed license, I grabbed my registration, my insurance and all that. I got out, and she got out of her car, we moved towards it, and you want to know the first thing she said to me? She said, "Are you okay?" Think about that. I hit her with a car, and her first question was, "Are you okay?" I was shocked, really. I didn't know what to say in that situation. She made the choice right then and there, not to be criticizing, not to be angry about it, somehow, not to be hurtful, not to get violent. She made the choice to be compassionate, to be empathetic. I think we all have that choice that we can make, because we can all be prideful, we can all be violent, we can all be selfish, or we can all choose to be generous, to be compassionate. So what choice are you all going to make today?